Bold and beautiful spoilers today. Eric makes a big request in December 3rd recap. Curious to know the spoilers and recap for the Bold and the Beautiful for December 3rd? In the episode, Brooke asks Ridge to throw a surprise retirement party for Eric. At the same time, Eric enters the scene and turns down their hopes for him to retire, reminding Ridge that his name is still on the building. Meanwhile, Bill is unhappy about the mistreatment Katie faces at Forrester Creations. He desperately asks her to leave the firm and join Spencer. Spoilers for what happens on The Bold and the Beautiful today on December 3rd, 2025. Bill and Ridge argue. Ridge is clearly not pleased with Bill's presence at Forrester Creations and asks what brings him there. Bill reveals that he is there to defend the woman he loves, insisting she has been mistreated despite her valuable contributions to the company over the years. Ridge responds by explaining that he and Brooke simply decided to bring in an outside PR firm. Bill reminds him how poorly Katie has been treated at the company. Ridge clarifies that this is not the case and says they admire Katie and value her work. Still, Bill continues to press him with questions. Eric criticizes Ridge's designs. Brooke attempts to shift the topic from retirement, explaining that Ridge is very busy. Eric asks them to state their concerns so he can help. He expresses disappointment with Bill for trying to pour nonsense into Katie's head about FC not valuing her work. Eric then asks Ridge to step aside with him for a moment. He reveals that he does not like feeling like a guest in his own company. Ridge clarifies that this was never the intention. Eric then politely criticizes Ridge's designs. Donna advises Brooke. Brooke and Donna review Ridge's designs and admit that he is never satisfied until they are perfect. They also agree that the stressful CEO duties are taking a toll on him. Donna advises that Ridge should accept Eric's help, since Eric founded the company. She reveals that Ridge seems more worried about his own place in the company than about Eric's legacy. She adds that Eric is always working on sketches and hopes to become a significant part of the couture team again. Brooke worries about the pressure Eric will face given his deteriorating health. Donna reassures her that Eric is fine with it. Katie thanks Bill for his support. Bill continues to be upset about how Katie is treated at FC. Katie asks what he is angrier about, and he clarifies that it is the lack of respect she receives there. Bill later apologizes for his outburst and backs off from pressuring her to join Spencer. Katie thanks Bill for standing up for her, and he tells her that he always will. Eric makes a plea. Eric initially praises Ridge for single-handedly managing the company's CEO duties. However, he feels Ridge sometimes goes overboard with work and reminds him of the importance of collaboration. He asks Ridge to make him an important part of the company again. Eric expresses his desire to rejoin the couture line so they can create history together. The post-Bold and Beautiful spoilers today. Eric makes a big request in December 3rd recap appeared first on Cummingson.net, movie trailers, TV and streaming news, and more. The morning sun skimmed across the Forrester estate, sending streaks of pale gold over the manicured grounds and filtering through the tall windows like an invitation. Inside, the mansion felt unusually quiet, too still, almost, as if the walls themselves were holding their breath. December had arrived, carrying with it the sharp chill of winter and a heaviness that had nothing to do with the weather. 1. Eric's unsteady morning. Eric Forrester stood in his study, fingers resting gently on an unfinished sketch spread across his drafting table. His once steady hands trembled subtly, but the lines he'd drawn were confident, bold strokes from a mind that refused to dim, even as his body betrayed him. He inhaled slowly. Take it in. Remember this. There had been a time when he'd stood here effortlessly, commanding the room with creative precision. But now the air felt denser, the light too bright, the silence too loud. He straightened his back, willed strength into his posture, and traced the edge of the design one more time. It was a gown, elegant, architectural, the kind only Eric Forrester could envision. It wasn't finished. It needed something more. Or perhaps he needed something more. A sound at the doorway broke his concentration. It was Donna, watching him with a soft smile that didn't reach her eyes. "You're up early," she said gently. "I have work to finish," Eric replied, masking the strain in his voice. "A masterpiece doesn't draw itself." Donna stepped closer. You don't have to push yourself today. The doctor. I know what the doctor said. He cut in, then immediately softened. But I also know what I say. And today might be important. Donna studied him, sensing there was more. Something brewing beneath the surface, something he hadn't shared yet. Eric, she whispered, what's going on? He rested his hand over hers. Later, he said. After everyone arrives. 2. Ridge's premonition. Across town at Forrester Creations, Ridge paced his office, unable to shake the unease crawling over him like a shadow. He kept glancing toward the door, half expecting news, bad news, to walk through it. Steffi arrived first, carrying her tablet and an expression matching her father's anxiety. Still thinking about Granddad? She asked. Ridge exhaled. I can feel something shifting. I don't know what it is, but he's hiding something. Donna's hiding something. Steffi nodded. He's been weaker lately. Have you noticed it? The way he slows down when he doesn't think anyone's watching? Yes, Ridge said. But he refuses to talk to me. And every time I bring up rest or cutting back, he brushes me off like I'm the kid. Steffi's expression softened. He's proud. And stubborn. Just like his son, Ridge muttered. Before Steffi could reply, a notification pinged on Ridge's phone. A simple message. Come to the mansion. Family only. Dad. Ridge read it twice, heart thudding. He wants us all there, Ridge said. Today. Steffi straightened. Then we go. 3. A gathering with unspoken fears. By mid-afternoon, the Forrester Mansion's great room buzzed with the hushed urgency of family members arriving one by one. Carter came with Paris, both alert and attentive. Brooke stood near the fireplace, arms wrapped around herself. Hope hovered close to her, eyeing the staircase as though Eric might appear any second. Zend lingered near the piano, fingers tracing idle keys. Even he felt it, the gravity of whatever was coming. When Ridge and Steffi arrived, the room seemed to shift. Ridge's gaze swept over the faces, searching for clues. Where is he? Ridge asked. Donna stepped forward. He'll be down in a moment. He insisted on walking himself. The phrasing, insisted on walking himself, landed like a warning. The room became quiet enough to hear the faint tap of Eric's cane as he descended the staircase. Every head turned. Every breath paused. Eric appeared, dignified as ever. His shoulders lifted, his chin held high, wearing a charcoal suit and the faintest glimmer of pride. But his pallor was unmistakable, and the fragile tremor in his movements made several people exchange fearful glances. He reached the last step and paused. Ridge instinctively moved forward.